Okay, guys, I decided to do this one right out of the studio. Me and Joy, we just saw the movie Nope, and we're going to give our quick thoughts on it. It was a non-spoiler review of it right here from Studio A. I'll start with you because you said something pretty interesting. Joy, overall, what did you think about the movie? What stood out to you? What you like about it? What you talk about? What you might not have liked about it? Just overall, what's your right out of the box impressions of the movie?
I think I'm going to have to say, for those that once you see it, for those that like this kind of movie, I think it's fabulous.
The kind of movie like what would you rate this one? Is it science fiction? Is it horror? Is it what would you all of the above?
I mean, I think it's science fiction, yes, but it's also, I think his movies are going to be one of those things that's one day down the road, like a cult classic.
You don't think they're cult classics now?
Well, no, I mean, like, you're going to have some people that maybe right now are going to be like, I don't know, but like, it's going to grow on.
Like it takes a second viewing or something to get
Possibly.
into it? What was it about this one that makes you say that?
This is not my kind of movie.
What would you classify it as? Like, what did you think? What did we just experience?
I wouldn't call it a horror. It's not a horror movie. I'd call it a sci-fi thriller.
It's. Is there any movies that you think that it kind of like reminded you of? What other films do you think he might have taken some beats from to try to make this one? Because there's a few movies that came to mind when I did it. You want me to go first?
I think I've heard, and I guess I could say that.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Yeah,
thank you.
That's one of the movies I thought of. Saying his name right. Cool. I was trying to support him when I was watching the movie, so I wore this old shirt. I have an Us T-shirt. But I don't want to think about Us too much. I think it's going to top out into the 90s on the Rotten Tomato thing. I thought it reminded me of, like you said, Close Encounters. This is, without giving anything away, Close Encounters meets Predator meets Jaws. That's what it mostly reminded me of. It reminded me of Jaws, and now when I saw the trailer for it. The first teaser trailer, I told myself, I don't want to watch too much of it. And I think going into this movie as blind as possible might help. Maybe not, but it helped me. And I'm thinking maybe we're going to get a situation like with M. Night Shyamalan's Signs. It's kind of a situation. And for the majority of the movie, that's kind of how I felt. But then when the twist, I don't even know if I could even call it a twist. Because without giving too much away, what you see is what you get. But once the main characters figure out what they're really dealing with, then you realize, then it kind of peels away what you're really dealing with. And that was the Predator part of it. At first they're thinking that they're dealing with one thing, you realize you're dealing with another. And this movie is I don't know how to explain it. It's very primal and sci-fi futuristic all at the same time. That's the best I can come up with on it.
Sci-fi is not my cup of tea. I did hope for a little more humor in there.
Now, I thought the humor was perfectly balanced, like better than Thor's balance. I thought
I needed a little more. But again, mostly it's just sci-fi's not my bag.
I mean,
and like I say, I can watch it and appreciate it because I don't want to badmouth it and.
No, I mean, however you feel, if that's how you.
I mean, because I can appreciate the acting and the ensemble they put together and the special effects. I can appreciate that it was well done and that I feel like people that appeals to are probably really going to enjoy it.
No, I feel like it's one of those movies where like I said, what you see is what you get. I didn't feel like it tried to preach too much or it tried to make me overthink things or overcomplicate. Once you figured out what was going on, it got pretty basic. It led up to thinking like, is this going to be a huge thinker? Oh my God, it's going to get too complicated. And the second there was a turn in the movie where all of that got stripped away, and that's why I used the word primal. And it simplified itself really quick. So where I rank it closer to Get Out than I do Us. It's superior to Us. Though his
I
second
definitely
movie.
prefer it to Us.
To Us.
Yeah.
Not better than Get Out.
No.
I wouldn't say that, but I mean I love Keke Palmer's character on it. I don't know why at first I didn't think I would, but I thought it was she grew on me more and more. Daniel Kaluuya he was like what they call the straight man. He was just a meats and potatoes kind of guy, very simple. I'll say this: I figured out towards the end everything that you saw from when this movie was setting stuff up. Every little thing that you saw, no matter how trivial it was, whether it was just a look, and I'll do this just once, whether it was the opening scene, everything that happened had meaning to what the third act was. Everything leading in the first and second act. No matter how small it was, I was noticing callbacks to every conversation, every little hint, every little moment was meaningless or trivial. It presented itself that way, but there was to me a meaning behind every little thing. Now it didn't tie in like directly into what the main antagonist was, but it tied into how to deal with it, if that makes sense. I know I'm being cryptic. I love the colors that they used. I love the atmosphere on it. I loved who would you say was was there any performances or any standouts that you did enjoy more than others? Any characters that you enjoyed?
I actually liked Angel.
You like
The fry.
His name is Brandon Pierre.
The fries guy.
I don't know why I didn't like him at first because he was like.
Well, no, I didn't either. But then you're just like,
He grew on me,
dude.
Yeah, he grew on me, and I didn't think he would. I don't know why I thought he was one of those characters that was going to be be taken out early as possible. But yeah, he grew up. I enjoyed seeing. His name was Holst, and Tears Holst, who's played by Michael Wincock. You know who he is? You remember him? He was the main bad guy from The Crow movie.
Okay. I
haven't seen it in a while, but that's one of my favorite movies. And the more and more he talked, the more I started thinking about The Crow. I was like, I enjoy his voice. I didn't think that we were going to hear the phrase "nope" as much as we did, but every time it happened, it made sense and it was perfect. I wouldn't have dealt with most of the stuff that they dealt with. I wouldn't have dealt with any of that crap. I'd have been gone. I wouldn't have dealt with any of that stuff. That's the only unrealistic part about it. This black family, like they use the phrase "nope" and stuff, but they never think to leave. just leave.
Well, she wanted to.
She wanted, yeah. At one point,
I get it. I mean, I'm a softie for animals, so that was what he went back for.
No, that was the only unrealistic part of it. Like, no, these black folks, it's time to go. Anyway, I enjoyed it. I recommend it. I thought it was pretty good. I say go check it out. Nope is in theaters now, so we're gonna talk full spoilers in the next couple of shows leading up. In the next couple of days, maybe sometime early next week. I am right now. I'm Get Out, Nope, and Us. So I think that's where we are, and I think that's where most people are going to be on it. All right, guys. Like I said, leave your thoughts down below. Let us know what you guys think, and until next time, guys, have a good one.